All right. Chris,
Yeah.
um, your eyes bat open. It's night here. It's always night here. You try to look around, and there's only two light sources that you can see in the room, and you're cold from this metal table you're laying on. As you look across to where the light's coming from, a small sconce embedded into a stone wall, dark chamber. The other light, a small candle being held aloft by a familiar face. Your brother Ravi, looking down at you, worried, concerned, sorrowful. Um, as you try to pick yourself up from this laying position on the table, you feel yourself up against tension as leather straps are holding you down. The pain seems to be manageable, but as you look, you can see that there's devices connected to your arms, your chest. As you blink around looking for some type of answers, looking to your brother for answers, without saying a word, you're almost led to be silenced. The the A hand moving from the darkness reaches in as you feel a puncture in your neck. The gauge of this needle, this injection into you. You feel a wriggling working its way into your bloodstream. As the as the pain slowly emanates through your body, you feel that tension just snap, leather straps hitting metal as you're freed. Your brother, in panic, shock, dismay, backing up from you, knocking over what looks like a surgeon's table at the side of this of whatever you're laying on. As you look to the surgeon's tray that falls on the floor, you can see your face, or at least what you think is the reflection back at you. You see black, pupilless eyes, a mottled gray face, tendrils where your mouth used to be. And then bump. As you stir awake, laying in the back of a caravan, you look around to see the rest of your party, at least this new group that you've met up with to do a quick run down to Phandalin from Neverwinter. You can see the dwarf that signed you all up for this quick job to bring supplies to Bayern's outfitters at the behest of I don't know if she'd have mentioned it to you, but at the behest of a family member to bring some materials and supplies. It's free passage, and you guys would be paid a little bit for your troubles, and protection along the route. It is early in the morning as your trance has been broken. I don't know if the rest of the group are also sleeping in the back of this cart. I'll leave that to you as you look around. You all, as you look around to them. You've been traveling for about a day and a half now along the Neverwinter Road, about to the point where you're going to break off to the Triboard Trail, following the directions you were given. Sabra, the
Zebra.
Sabre, the
Like saber,
yeah,
but zebra.
Sabra, the directions you were given on your way to your destination. So I'll turn it over to the group. To give you just a moment to whether it's describe yourself, what you guys are chatting about. It's like 5 o'clock in the morning. It's pretty early. The sun hasn't crested yet over to give you enough light on this day. So I'll turn it over to you guys to figure out what you want to do.
Saber wouldn't be sleeping. She'd likely be in the front of the cart, just looking at the road and
Yeah.
uh,
So this cart is filled with supplies, enough space for the five of you to travel. It is being towed by two oxen, and since you're the one that got this job, I'll turn it over to you. What are the oxes' names?
I was like, Kirsten wants it to be silly. One of them wants to be Clip Clop, but no. Saber would probably name them something practical like Bill and Joel. That's their names.
Bill and Joel. Okay, love
Yeah.
it. Okay, so Bill and Joel, they're easy enough. You don't have to be terribly proficient at driving oxen, as they know the route, know the job, and they kind of take care of most of it themselves. How about we'll start there. Sabra, what does the rest of the group see when they see you driving the cart?
So Sabra is a hill dwarf, so a little bit on the smaller size of stature. You see a prominent red hair pulled back into a braid that just can't seem to be contained at any time. You see various sort of steampunk style gizmos and gadgets attached to her, many pocketed overalls, and a pair of glasses that seems just pushed into her face from constantly wearing goggles over top of them. You see most prominently a bracer on her arm that contains different tools and small supplies, including a series of tubes. Um, Most prominently, you see a small red dragon that refracts the light and sort of has a warm glow within it. It is made out of glass, but yet is somehow alive.
Okay.
So that's what you'd notice on a first glance for sure.
All right. I think seated behind you, or Chris is woken up. Maybe Chris, I'll have you jump in next with what they see.
They're going to see an elven-looking fellow, a little bit on the smaller side. He's not like really strong or anything. Like just from first glance, you would not expect much from this guy. And he kind of looks like he wants to just kind of slink into the shadows as much as possible. He doesn't necessarily want the attention. He seems like someone that is, yeah, just he definitely has some interesting history, and we'll just leave it at that. In terms of like what he's wearing, yeah, just fairly like dark, but like light in terms of protection. And yeah, just kind of flowing robes. You don't really see any big weapons on him. He's got like all sorts of little small stuff, and he's got a backpack full of goodies, but you know what's in there, you don't know. Um, yeah, I guess his main feature would be he's got like just like kind of gray hair, but not like I don't know, like that like sort of platinum gray, where it's like, what's going on here? I don't know. And yeah, I guess like Chris is going to look around and see if Ravi is awake, or not that we really sleep, but
All right,
oh yeah,
Ravi.
in a trance right now.
Is Ravi the name? That's what I kind of
Ravi.
What? Yeah.
Yeah, Ravi. Whatever you. Yeah, Ravi. Something in between. It might change a little bit depending on the season. Yeah, you see this Eladrin, maybe a little bit taller than the half elf that just awoke. While trancing with the head against, is it a bit of like a carriage that we're traveling in?
Mhm.
as he's just doing like some deep breathing, you just see this like orange, like slightly withered, decayed leaf just going up and down steadily with his breath as he's trancing. As he's currently in autumn Eladrin, so he's got this mossy, greenish, bluish skin and hair that matches. He is kind of covered in different like spores and mushrooms, like a fungus kind of like, almost like covers like parts of his skin and his cloaks. And he has a very wild look about him. As he turns a little bit, his features catch you as a little bit more animalistic than what you might imagine of like a fairer elven-esque creature.
Cool. Love it. All right. I think sitting across from you, we see Pyru, who is Piru. Gonna have to get used to these new names, new campaign, new names. Let's go.
Yeah.
So I'm just this blue tiefling, kind of well dressed from Neverwinter, kind of going to this small town because my career in the government administration of Neverwinter is kind of stalled. So I'm hoping for this opportunity at Phandalin that's going through a sort of a political change that's going to like become more of a strict mining town and go more into like a town altogether. So I hope to like be part of that administration, pad my resume, and that's why I'm using this opportunity to go do it. And I'm just relaxing. I think I've woken up by now. I'm kind of nervous, excited, anxious for this new opportunity, and that's pretty much where I'm at right now.
Okay, wonderful. And then last but not least,
Carl.
well, I guess
Can I just quickly ask, how big is this cart? Does it have like a guardrail or something?
Oh, it's quite large. It's being pulled by 2 oxen. There's enough room for all of you to sit comfortably, but however you want it to be, big you need.
Okay. So if you were to look over in Carl's direction, what you would see first off is you wouldn't really see Carl. You would instead see 2 very large legs that have hooked themselves around the guardrails for this cart. And you would intuit that he is, in fact, hanging off the side of the cart, doing some kind of crunch. And so when he brings himself up to look at the compatriots who are waking up, you see this tall human man who's, relatively young, and is almost comically muscular, just like not wearing anything on his chest, just bare, muscular, like a strong jawline and flowing golden blonde hair, and a very goofy, wide grin as he's doing this. It almost seems like he's enjoying doing this ridiculous exercise off the sides of the cart.
I love it. I love it. Awesome. Well, it's a good spot to jump in. So as this is all happening, you guys you're waking up from seemingly a nightmare, Chris. Ravi is somewhat in his trance, kind of just sleeping things off as you see the leaf flowing. I'd say Pyru. That's going to be the hardest one for me to get wrap my head around. Pyru as you Piru.
Yeah.
Piru as you're maybe just looking off thoughtfully onto the sideline. Actually, if Ravi, you're the one that's sleeping. You'd be the only one that would have been able to see this. As you work your way down this trail, the tribal trail, you slowly start to come around a bend. Everything seems fairly normal for the trail. The trees stretch over mostly. There is still an opening in the tree line above the trail where the vegetation's been cleared on this well-traveled path. There's a small escarpment that makes a small bluff of rocks that reach up on either side of this path. But ahead of you, you noticed a couple horses just kind of meandering around loose, eating some of the grasses along the side of this path. Sabra, you'd notice this first, and Piru, you'd pick up on this as well.
So I'm talking to Sabra. So I'm just like, what do you think that is?
Odd that they would be loose. Where are their masters?
Yeah. It doesn't seem normal. Not really known for going to the countryside, but from the big city, but that doesn't seem like people would just leave them around without any masters around to.
We should be on our guard. Wake up the others.
You want to speed up the carriage, or you want to slow it down and take a little bit more, be a little bit more cautious?
Well, do we want to wander into a trap quickly or slowly?
I'm not walking into a trap at all.
Let's wake the others.
I'm gonna go to the back and wake up everybody. Hey, we're about to fight.
Huh, who are we fighting? What?
Like, nah, I don't know what we're doing.
You say something?
There's a bunch of anyway, something looks pretty suspicious around here, so just I don't know, just starting to wake up, boys. Starting to wake up. It's not exactly it doesn't pass the vibe check right now.
I mean, I've hired you all for protection, so I figure you're well equipped.
Oh, I'm ready.
I mean, that was part of the contract.
Let's figure out what we're walking into first. So, like,
Agree.
what are you guys seeing here?
Sabra, do you want to stop the cart right now? Anybody else want to come with me and just check out what's going on up ahead?
Yeah.
What are we seeing?
Yeah, so I will explain to the group. We've seen horses without masters wandering loose. Seems odd, and I mean, the road is a perfect place for bandits in wait. This wouldn't be our first coach that was taken by bandits.
Do these look like tamed horses, or are they just like, are the wild horses in this area?
Do they have tack?
So, yeah, I think from as you approach and you slow down to get it, since you notice that the horses have full set attack. There's saddles that are still upon them. They've got their collar. I can't think of the name right now. Reins. There you go. Wow, I couldn't. Their
I
reins
got your horse words. Don't worry.
Their reins are just dragging along the ground at this time.
It doesn't seem right, is my thought.
Yeah.
Can I go up to one of the horses and just see if there's any like blood splatters or anything like signs of struggle, or just to? I'm curious now.
I will stop the cart ahead of where we see the horses, or before.
Yeah. So as Chris hops off the cart and walks up to the horses, patiently or slowly enough not to spook them, you would notice quite easily, because that's kind of your thing. You pick up on. It looks like there's ripped pieces of clothing hanging off the saddles. As you look around the area, you can see that there may have been a struggle, something that your brother would have picked up on a lot earlier had he been awake as you guys were approaching. But as you now like take the time, you know something's up. You're looking for it. You do see that there's pieces of like saddlebags that are on the ground around where the horses are still kind of meandering. But from what you can tell, a lot of it's been looted, pulled apart. You notice that there's a map case that's laying amongst the saddlebags. You've already grabbed the map case.
Yep. I like my maps.
And I don't think what else you see. You see, some basically some crushed food that doesn't seem to be like really edible at this point. Like it's all been kind of stepped on, like maybe it fallen out, and in the struggle, it's been damaged and really not usable.
So I'm probably not going to look that much closer since we're kind of out in the open. So I'll get this vibe. I'll take the maps, and then I'm going to go back and like just, and I'm going to kind of crouch and try to like not necessarily sneaking back, but you guys get from my body language that something's up.
All right. As you do that, and as you're working your way back, I think everybody would hear
Back.
a sound that's just rah. Whereas Ravi, you would understand it as loose is what you hear on the air. And Chris, as you're looking back at the cart, you see a single flaming arrow flying towards the cart, impacting on the side of it as the cart starts to ignite in fire. Let's roll initiative.
Ooh.
All right, let's go through the initiative place.
This window.
You know what? I feel like
At least.
you're good. You're good.
Carl, coming up big.
You're logged in for me.
Um,
You need to log out and log back in with your account.
I don't know.
Okay.
Just roll a dice for me. Because I have initiative +0, so.
Okay. Sure.
Okay, so I'm gonna go around. I'm gonna start with Ravi. What's your?
It's a 10.
It's a 10. Nice.
Yep.
Starting up strong.
Yeah.
Chris.
19.
Wow. Piru.
I was scared and ready.
It's an 11.
Okay. And Sabra.
7.
Sabra.
Yeah.
And finally, Carl.
Carl rolled an 18.
Love it. That's Carl does. He.
I will say that. Don't expect this from Carl.
No. All right. Wonderful. Okay, so as this arrow flies through, Ravi, you hearing a voice that you can understand and make out that the word was loose. As this arrow hits up, you can see the side of this cart, this wooden caravan, ignite in fire as it starts to burn. We turn over to turn over to Chris, who's going to act first, as he's halfway between the cart and the rest of, or halfway between the horses and the rest of the group. And what I'm going to do is, if you guys have it, I'm going to try this out. On your character sheets in the top right, there'll be a little play button. That should bring you to the map.
Okay. Can I roll for my dragon?
That's cool.
So your little glass dragon
Is out.
What?
is not available until level 2.
No.
I'll let you have it for flavor, at least for now.
Great.
But you can't use it until level 2 per my message in your notes.
I just am reading this as we go.
Per
Sorry.
my previous email.
I read it 2 days ago and it wasn't there. That's fine. Thank you.
I'm trying to get everything fixed up.
Okay. Sorry. Play
Okay.
button.
So you are good. So has everybody been able to log on successfully to the map? The new map software? We're good to go? All right.
Yeah, this is crazy. So this is all just part of D&D Beyond now?
It is.
Very
Cool,
cool.
cool.
And it's linked to your characters, and like your roles pop up, and I don't have to change screens. We're gonna try it out.
That's cool.
Awesome.
And because a little behind the scenes, because I'm looking at a module that I'm playing it, they have all the maps for the different combat
Ooh.
stuff. So
Oh, that's cool.
it'll try and
That's
be
really
a little more
helpful.
consistent. I haven't gone through them all yet in terms of what's on here, but see how it goes.
Oh, and you can put there's a token browser, so you can put different tokens on the
Yeah, there's some
browser.
options. There's measuring tools. It's pretty bare bones, but I think it'll do for what we need.
That's really cool.
Oh, yeah. No, that's cool.
So there you go. Okay, so Chris, What you doing?
Do I have an idea what direction this arrow came from?
I would say maybe somewhere in the lines of on either side of the rest of your party.
Okay, so either north or south of the party somehow, just from.
Somewhere in that,
Oh,
from the bushes on the side of the road.
yeah. And oh gosh, there's no obvious attacker at this point, is there?
Can't see anybody.
Okay. Well, since I can't see anybody, I think I'm going to try to find somewhere to give me cover. Like I'm going to hide somewhere. And like on the sides of the road, is this like a steep thing that I would have to climb up at
It's
all,
maybe
or-
like 5 feet in length at a 3 to 1 grade. You can get up there, no problem.
All right, 3 to 1 grid, I can handle that. You know what? I feel like I'm going to just dip straight south and like kind of just like hide in the bushes here, but like just like, or is that too deep? Like, would that be hidden? But I can still see.
That's as far as you can go. That's basically your movement. Each square is 5 feet, so normal.
Oh yeah.
As you rush in there, you realize you've run up right next to one of these creatures. And you're able to see this guy hidden in the bush with you. And you hear just...
Okay. Now I don't know if I said what weapon I took out. I technically would have my daggers out still, I think, unless I said I took out my bow. I don't know if that was my plan. But with finding this guy, I would, if I can, I'm going to just like lash out at this guy scared because I was not expecting this.
Yeah, okay. As you do, he pulls out his like crude short sword made of like unfinished metal, very Lord of the Rings kind of goblin sword. So he pulls it up to try and block your dagger, but make an attack roll.
Yeah. Okay.
My initiative.
Oh, this guy's going to get 24 to hit.
That hits. So you stab into him. You dodge where the sword comes up because he's not that skilled or talented. As you stab into him.
Okay. Oh, that totally missed the tip. Oh, that's a beautiful 6 points of damage.
6 points of damage. Okay. He's just like a stuck pig bleeding out the side. It just squirts a little bit. Like as you pull your dagger, which is like a plug out of his body. Coincidentally enough, his name's Plug. All right.
Oh gosh.
All right. I believe, is that your turn?
I think so. Like I don't know if can I do a second attack like with the other hand if I'm doing two weapons.
Daggers you can. Yeah. You
Okay,
don't.
but I don't get to add something on one of them,
Correct.
right?
You don't add the dex bonus for your damage.
Okay. Oh, that's going to be 14 to hit.
That I believe that does hit.
Oh.
Oh no, it doesn't. Sorry. As he does, he comes down on your hand with on your dagger, not in your hand, but on your dagger, and blocks the second strike as he's hurt, but he's this like panicked and trying to just fend off what he can.
I'm panicking, attacking him. So
yeah.
shit. That's all.
And he's just screaming in your face.
Yeah. So you hear goblin scream. Well, you hear screaming.
Yeah.
And me saying shit.
Carl, you're next up. Piru, you're on deck.
All right. Well, so hearing this commotion coming across from the south of us, Carl's just gonna again flash another grin and say, "Well, it's about time." And he's gonna reach down and grab a spear from the side of where he was sitting on the cart, and he's gonna take off south to where he heard that noise coming from.
Okay. All right.
So
give me some movement. There you go.
How these are each 5 feet?
Yeah.
So I can get to like here?
Yep.
Okay. There's only the one there.
You can't quite see Plug because the brush is a little too thick in this spot.
Yeah. I guess I didn't have the movement to like get to where Plug is. from where I was, like up here?
You would have had enough movement to get to where you saw Chris run in. So yeah, you can get there.
Okay. So I'd get here, and I guess I'd see
You
this.
just see him, like, just the brush just sprayed with blood. It's it's like a Christmas decoration around you with the dagger kind of drawn and dripping as you hear the screaming and you walk up. Yeah, what do you do?
I think upon seeing the scene of Chris and Plug, he's just gonna say halt, and he's gonna like thrust forward with his spear.
Okay, yeah.
I guess it's technically a trident.
Okay, as you take your trident, you try and stick this this goblin.
Yeah. All right. The roll is a 19 to hit.
Oh yeah, that'll hit as you you jam it in, and I'm going to tell you right now. How do you want to do this?
Okay. So I think just without like really paying like so much attention, he was just so excited getting to the bush. He saw this, to him, small creature, and just like went to go and say like halt and like hold it out, and he clearly misjudged the distance and just skewers him into the dirt.
Jeez, right down.
Yeah, just straight down into the dirt.
Yeah, right, puncturing right through. You create this like 3 holes into it as each of them kind of pin and crush the torso down, whereas like the branches of the trident don't actually go through. It's just the prongs. And the prongs hit the dirt, but the branches just compress the body as the urine gases from its torso just escape out as you hear like a squeal from it.
Whoops.
As he falls down, blood everywhere. You notice that like outside of like the really crappy clothes that this goblin has, he had some really nice boots that were covered in blood, if there was. But you take a quick look as you're in up against them, and you see that the blood seems to be draining off these boots quicker and not absorbing into them as the rest of his clothes. But that is it for your turn, unless there's anything else. Piru, you're up next.
Oh, that's it.
Ravi, you're on deck.
All right. So I can't see anything. They're like in the forest, right?
Yeah.
All right. So I guess I'm gonna go. Oh, 1 second. 1 second.
All right. It's okay. What I'll do is, Ravi, maybe you can hop in while Zach's handling required duties.
Yeah, for sure. So,
yeah.
So just to be clear, the volley of arrows came from the north and the south, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I see. Can I make out like Chris and Carl up there? Can I kind of see what's going on?
You probably have the keenest eyes of the group, and you can kind of see what's going on through some of the brush. It would be hard for other people, but for you, you got a beat on it.
Okay, and I think, you know what, I've looked after my brother for long enough, on and off. He can look after himself, and apparently he's got someone else doing it for him too. So cool. I trust that he'll be okay, and I can figure out what's going on up north. So I scramble up that ridge. 5, 10. I'll probably use a bit of extra movement to make it up the ridge, I assume.
As you do, you find yourself face to face with another one of these goblins. As you hear, "Oh, I wouldn't want to run too far away from the main road. It's far too dangerous in here." As he's taking a short sword trying to stab you as you're coming up, but you've got the jump on him. What are you doing?
Do I perceive anyone else around me?
Give me a perception check.
Okay. Oh, that's a 1.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
In fact, you don't even see the goblin in front of you. You're looking the other way.
I panic for a moment, and I panic for a moment, and I just want to make sure I get this right. I briefly disappear. As I do that, I end up about 10 feet deeper into this wooded area here. Still with eyes on that guy that just tried to
Okay,
get
yeah.
at me.
You poof, bamf out towards him.
And as long as it's an unoccupied space, I don't know if it. Hopefully, it is unoccupied unless there's anyone there.
That square. That square is good.
Okay, and then I am going to kind of summon some of the elemental, autumnal power and lash out with a thunder wave towards the guy that tried to stab me.
Okay, yeah, going loud. Right, as you cast this booming energy out towards you. What does Thunderwave do?
So it's wave thunderous force sweeps out from me each creature in a 15-foot cube originating from me to make a con save.
Okay.
So they're going to make beat a 13. Otherwise, it'll be half damage.
Okay.
And there will be a pushing effect for those that fail as well.
Okay.
If there's more than one.
And that's a 3 plus. Yeah, he's not going to do it. So how much damage is that?
All right, it's going to be 2d8.
Oh, jeez.
So it's 7.
Okay. This is
what
what
push 10 feet.
Yeah, what I think you're gonna do is as you blast out, Sabra, you just see a goblin flying. And lands on the ground next to you, motionless, as it's just laying there. Like you can see, like part of the bones are broken. It does not look alive. Yeah, I think that's it. Are you doing anything else on your turn? I think that's
no.
it.
As long as there's no one within that 15-foot cube of me, then they're all good.
No, you were good.
They will hear me though.
Oh yeah, everybody knows where you are. We'll jump back to Piru. No, it's your turn. I hope you're okay with that. I know you're a little.
Oh yeah, that's correct. So just heard and saw that goblin die. Do I hear anything else happening in the bushes right now? Because I'm assuming there's going to be more of them, and now they're going to start moving.
Give me a perception check.
An 8.
8? Ooh, it's hard to see with an 8 on where, if any, of this ambush is still around you.
I'm gonna head toward Ravi because I know that big fucking warrior Carl just went the other way, so I'm assuming he's gonna be fine.
Yep.
So I'm gonna head towards Ravi. So it's like each square is 5 feet, right there.
Mm-hmm.
Each square is 5 feet.
Yep.
So I'm just gonna be like right here. And did I see anything or anyone on my travel to see if Ravi's okay?
The path you took, actually, I think you did.
Okay.
You would have seen. Come on, no. You would have seen this guy on your path through.
Okay. All right. Then did he see me?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. He kind of like snarled at you.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna see him. I'm gonna do a blade ward.
Okay.
So now I have.
Yeah. You see.
Yeah. So now I have just until the end of your next turn, you have resistance against bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage dealt by weapon attacks.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then, do I see Rowdy?
Yep, you can see him.
Cool. So for my bonus action, I'm going to give him a bardic inspiration.
There you go.
Yep.
What does your bardic inspiration sound like? What do you gotta?
Oh, for Robbie, it's Robbie. He's the Fae. He can do it. No one can. I'm sorry, Robbie. I'm really bad at rhymes right now. Startled by that goblin over there.
There you go.
I stand up a little taller, and the little mushrooms on my shoulders grow a little taller as well.
So,
Pride.
Robbie, do you know how the bardic inspiration works?
I do. I believe it'll be a D4, right?
No, it's a D6.
Whenever I. Oh, D6. Perfect. Great. Yeah, I got
And
it down.
ability check, attack roll, or saving throw is added to it. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you.
No problem.
Okay. Now let's go to. It'll be Gun's turn. Gun's gonna run up, and since you ran by, he's gonna go after you first, and he's just gonna. I think he's just gonna try and stick you like a pig, as he slashes into you, trying to hit you. That is a 12 to hit.
I have a 12. Yeah, so
it hits. All right, so he's going to hit you for.
Is this slashing or piercing?
It is slashing damage. So you're going to take 5 slashing damage.
So do I round it to 3 or keep it at 2?
Be 2. Round down. Okay. So you take 2 slashing damage from this strike, as he's going to use his bonus action to disengage.
Okay. As
he's like, oh, and he's going to slide into and disappear into the woods. Spew's dead. Plug's dead. I'm going to. Oh, Sabra. Getting there.
Like Saber. Like, you got it. It's fine.
Sabra, you're actually going to get attacked as you see another arrow fly towards you. This one is not lit on fire, as it tries to hit you from the brush in the southerly direction, away from both your party members that have gone off in 2 directions. They're coming from generally this corner here. Okay. And that's going to be a 15 to hit.
It does hit.
Okay. That is going to be a 8 points of damage.
Dead immediately. No.
That was a lot of damage.
That was max damage. They rolled max damage.
I'm going to. Will you let me both take my water skin and pour it on the part that I'm assuming is still on fire?
Okay, so that's the end of their turn. Turn it over to you. Okay. Yes, you absolutely can.
Great. And then I'm going to try and tuck myself low between the oxen for some shielding.
Yeah, so I'm going to say the cart's over on this side. So I'll say you run over there, you pour the water on. I don't have a token for the cart. So we'll say the cart's in like this section here. Okay.
I'm assuming between moving, hiding, water, that's my whole turn.
Love it. Right. But you are hiding and you've saved the cart. At least it's no longer on fire. No,
I feel like I'm the only one who knows what's in the cart of materials. I was like, oh no.
Yeah, that was a great play, because after your turn it would have ignited. So awesome. That'll bring us back to the top of the round with Chris.
You know what? I'm going to slink along the edge of the tree line and just see if I can run into anybody.
How far can you go?
25. I can go. Okay. So just before I reach the end of my movement, hello. Yeah. Is he technically engaged with somebody else?
No, he's moved off of his
shit. Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna stabby McStabby him.
Yep.
A 21 to hit.
Oh yeah, come on. Yeah.
That does 4 damage, and then we'll do a second swipe, which apparently is a 14.
That just hits. No, sorry, it doesn't. 15. So no, unfortunately, he does not
Okay.
hit.
Okie dokie.
Okay. Cool.
And yeah, that's my movement.
Okay.
And that would be my turn.
How do I'm gonna put red for dead. There we go. There you go. Love it. Okay, cool. Carl, you're up next. Peter, you're on deck.
Okay. So I think Carl, again, seeing Chris go off and there's a scuffle, quickly turns around and says, "Oh, someone else wants some more," and he's gonna hustle off in that direction too.
Jeez.
I love it.
You want some of the Carl?
Yeah, it's like tapping his chest as he's going.
Picture him like Donkey Kong.
I mean, it's not wrong.
Okay, yeah, you.
But yeah, I guess he's gonna walk and I guess see Bort now.
Yep.
Says, "There you are," and he's gonna attack him.
God.
Okay.
With the trident.
You bring down your trident on him.
Yeah. 1 second. 23 to hit.
Yes.
No, 4 damage.
How do you want to do this?
Well, since he wasn't telling this one to halt, I think instead of going down, he's gonna push it upwards,
Okay.
like thrust upwards, and impale this small goblin creature.
Yeah. As you impale and pull up, you notice your spear goes through his clothes. It punctures through his shirt, the back end of his shirt. He has a cloak over the back of him. You can feel that your spear breaks through a bow that was on his back, but it doesn't quite puncture the cloak that he has as you pull back your spear as he slumps to the ground beneath your feet or at your feet. But yeah, as we've established, Red is dead.
Carl, the biggest kill stealer right now.
Okay, keep track of your kills if you want.
Yeah.
Big 0.
Okay, that brings us to Pidu. You're up next.
Eric, could I?
Robbie, you're on deck.
Could I do a perception check and then with my bonus action put up Blade Ward again?
Sure.
Because it leaves at the end of my turn, right?
Right.
Yeah, so I'm going to do a perception check just because I want to see where this goblin or if there's any other goblins around us.
Absolutely.
It's not 1, so no.
You've lost where Ravi is. You don't
I
know
can't
where.
Alright,
You are lost in the woods.
I'm going to put Blade Ward back up again. So.
He hasn't moved. A branch has flown into your line of sight. You're completely lost.
All right, well, wait.
Oh no, I'm not supposed to get leaves in my eyes. All right.
Damn this forest.
So you can't see, but is there anything you're doing on your turn? Like that was just a free action to see if you can.
Oh, there's a free action? Okay, so I'm going to do... Did I see where that goblin ran off to?
No, he ran away from you, a direction away from you. To start.
Yeah, there's not much.
Ooh.
There's not much I can do right now. I'll do Blade Ward again, and I guess I'll just end my turn at that point.
Yeah, and just so you know, Blade Ward is an action, not a bonus action.
Okay, yeah.
Cool. Yeah, you protect yourself just to shield yourself from incoming damage. But we do turn over to Ravi. What are you doing?
Okay, so do I hear any more like voices? Like I heard them say loose before. Do I hear any other communication happening from these goblins?
I'd say because you're, like I said, a little bit more perceptive than the rest of the group. You don't hear voices, but you hear scampering. You hear scampering coming off from the east of you, maybe 30 feet away. Scampering seems to be running away from the group. That's what you get.
Okay. As a free action, can I yell halt?
Sure.
Halt!
Fuck you!
Stop! Okay. I kind of get this smirk on my eyes and start sprinting as quickly as I can, almost at this point on all fours. I'm going to use 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. If I can see anyone as I'm getting closer and closer, I don't know.
You got one.
It's 30.
You got there.
Okay. And as I'm running, with my hands on, like looking pretty feral at this point, my fingernails start to grow and sharpen just a bit, as do my teeth. I take a bite out of a particularly pinky green mushroom on my shoulder as this acid starts dripping down my teeth. And I use a primal savagery cantrip to go and just take a chunk out of this guy.
I love that.
Sick.
Just let's see how you do.
22 to hit.
Oh yeah, you're into him.
Sweet. So it's gonna be. Oh wait. Oh yeah. No, that's right. It is I had a different cantrip pulled up, but yes, that is it. So yeah, I don't. That's lovely. It's a D10, so it's gonna be 8 acid damage.
Oh no, I'm not supposed to get acid in my eyes. How do you want to do this?
As I go to take a bite, a few of the other spores on my shoulders burst as well, and just fully get on this guy's face as he crumples down.
Yeah, it just collapses underneath you.
And as I do, my teeth kind of retract a little bit, and everything goes a little bit back to normal, and I take on my kind of normal demeanor again.
Yeah, as he collapses, you see that like he lands his he doesn't have a short bow like the other ones did. I don't know if you would have seen them. His sword falls to the ground, and then you see like a small little I think it's a lute that falls off his back and hits the ground pretty hard, but doesn't break. As he's lumps at your feet. And that's actually going to end the combat, as you don't hear any more noises coming from the brush, as you seem to have killed the 4 goblins that were ambushing you. You solved my goblin puzzle, so what do you guys want to do? Yes.
So Sabra would go, a little help, anyone? I'm not paying you to run off into the trees.
You hear a roar from inside the forest, and a dragging sound as well. As I throw this guy down throw the goblin body down the rift and be like, I think you're getting your money's worth.
Yeah.
Yeah, Carl. I guess with Bort still attached to his trident, just kind of walks out, dragging the trident and Bort behind him.
Okay.
Or evildoers about.
Chris will, I guess, follow suit and just plug into the road.
Can anyone do anything about this? Sabra is literally like holding intestines in based on the amount of damage that she's done.
Oh yeah, I can do that. I can do that.
Oh.
I can do that. I'm gonna go cure wounds on Sabra.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you walk up and you
get 5 health back.
You ask for some consent as you touch her abdomen, and provide some healing magics. As you see that wound that you take the arrow where the arrow was laid into your body, that puncture hole starts to seal up, and you're feeling a little bit better. Okay. You've now got 4 goblin corpses, your cart, 2 horses that are just kind of chomping on the brush. What do you guys want to do?
Is there anything like on these goblins, Eric? Like, I guess I want to just like see if there's anything like actual of value on them, because I'm assuming this is not the first little raid, little ambush that they've done on travelers. So I just want to see what else is, if they have anything on them.
Yeah. Let me just take a look here again. Yeah, as you're looking through, as you've noticed, the plug seems to have, so like they all seem to have like pretty generic crappy clothes on them. Nothing too special. Plug seems to have some fancier boots, whereas the rest of them are kind of barefoot. Gund has a instrument, a little lute that was tied to his back in place of a bow. Spew had a fancy hat. Very, I don't want to say fancy. It was not fancy at all. It was the opposite of fancy. It was a decrepit looking hat, but almost like
It was once a fancy hat.
Yeah, it was once a fancy hat. And then Bort had a cloak that seemed to be a little bit more updo than his the rest of his attire.
All right.
Anyone have qualms about, they're not using it, you might as well put it to good use kind of thing, waste not, want not?
None, but I think we should get on our way soon.
I have no problem with that.
All right.
Reuse, recycle.
Us. They pushed us.
Yeah. So, these boots look interesting. I'm going to grab these boots and, I don't know. Will they fit me?
As you take them off this goblin's foot and you start to slide them up to your feet, as you put up to your foot, the boots seem to lengthen a little bit to match your foot.
Like,
Yeah, totally had shoes like this before. Totally normal.
You have?
No.
If you do put them on, you find that they'll actually retract and fit snugly with your feet. And the soles of these shoes are completely devoid of tread, but you do feel traction when you place your foot down.
I'll take them.
Yeah, and as you step off of the take steps just to feel how they work, you notice that there is no footprints left by your shoes.
Oh, this is exactly what I needed.
You can add boots of false tracks to your inventory.
Oh, interesting.
I look to Piru and grab, was it a loot?
Oh yeah, you can take the loot. I already have
Say,
one.
hey, do you have any use for this?
I already have
Is there
one.
anything,
You can take it.
nothing special about this?
No. You can have it. I already have
Can I do a little check on it? See
Yeah.
if it seems like it's just a regular loot or if there's anything.
Give me an Arcana check.
Oh,
All right. That is going to be 17.
Oh, it's definitely got some magic in it.
ooh.
I toss it to Piero and be like,
Oh,
hey, you may as well. It never hurts to have more than one instrument, right? Give it a strong.
all right. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah.
I guess, can we look around at the other? Like seeing this, the boots changing, feeling some kind of magical properties off of the loot. I kind of say to Kyle and to Saber as well, like, probably wouldn't hurt to check out the rest of these things. As these guys are more well equipped than your average woodland bandits.
Yeah, and like I said, the ones that caught your eye, there was Spew, who had a funky looking hat, and Bort, who had a weird cloak.
Yeah. So I think Carl, having now taken the goblin off of his trident, is just going to hold the body up by the cloak and say, well, this cloak looks pretty fancy. I want for nothing, so whoever wants this can have it.
Okay.
I'll take a cloak.
Okay.
Sure. And he tosses the whole body to you.
I'm so small. It's just gonna be like.
Yeah. I'm
very strong though.
All right. As you take this cloak and you try it out, you notice that it seems like a regular plain cloak, but like as you kind of feel and you kind of just like to try it, like to see how it looks on you, get a fit check, if you will. It billows and just kind of dramatic, has a flair for dramatic, as it's a cloak of billowing. So basically, it just flares and looks cool.
I love that. Kirsten loves that. Saber's like, oh, cumbersome. Does anyone want this? I am offering it to the group.
Not my style.
I
I'm
couldn't.
just gonna
As I
say-
go and walk over to the hat.
Carl-
Robbie, you walk over to the hat.
Like I couldn't. I just so polite, but like no. That's okay.
So did you grab the hat?
Yeah. I'll see. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. That's not what it is. Okay. So this one's a little weird. While you pick up the hat, you almost feel like you can hear animals talking from it, like a seashell, but instead of the ocean, you hear like ribbit, ribbit, different like woodland creatures or swamp-like creatures. Yeah, do you put it on?
I do put that on. Yes.
Okay. As you put the hat on, you feel like a deeper connection to the woods. You got this like little beret kind of hat. I think we'll go with that. And as you think, like on a first chance, as you think, you're like, you hear like the sound of a ribbit, and then all of a sudden a frog appears inside the hat, and then works its way out and pops out, and leaps off into a direction. It is a hat of vermin that you can wear.
Cool. It just summons random vermin.
It summons random animals. When you look at the hat, you'll see which ones you have.
Cool. Okay. I mean, this fits well because unless there's other scavenging.
Yeah, you get 3 random animals a day.
too. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, unless there's anything else we're doing with the bodies. Oh, what do we?
So I guess the one last thing, I guess, is seeing that
I folded it and I put it in the cart. And it's just like,
yeah. Seeing Sabra like look at the cloak and sort of discard it, and everyone else has picked something up. I guess Carl says, well, perhaps there's something I could do with this. And he's gonna take it and instead try and do, you know how like a lot of like, fantasy spheres, they might have like the little banner that goes off like just below the tip.
Yep.
Like he's gonna try and fasten the cloak of billowing and then like thump the end of the trident into the dirt and see what it looks like.
Yeah, absolutely. As you do, and it's like, and it billows and flows as you want dramatically with your spear. As you swing it around, it's almost like a ribbon show as the cloak falls and creates ornate patterns with your athletic movements of this trident.
Yes, Carl can work with this.
Carl can. Cool. So yeah, you've looted these goblins. The rest are, they've got a couple short swords. There's like 3 short bows. Some clothes that wouldn't really fit you. They're ragged goblin cloaks or clothes. Yeah, there's that. You got your cart, which is safe. It's great. What do you guys want to do?
Do we want to do anything with these horses?
Oh, yeah, muted Sabra. Yep.
the horses are still alive?
Yeah.
If I were to lash them to our cart, could we travel faster?
It would be a little difficult because the oxens move at a different pace than the horses. So you're going to try and you're having competing steeds. Like you can maybe travel a little bit quicker, but it's not going to be like, oh, you're doubling your speed. You're maybe
Eric, is there any like branding markings on these horses that denote they have an owner?
I'm going to say, yeah, you can give me an investigation check if you're looking for branding.
Actually, this map scroll thingy that I got,
7.
like, 'cause wasn't there like a map case?
Yep.
Anything? I never actually opened that. I never checked out what was in there.
Okay.
Is there a map inside, or is
Okay.
it full of snakes?
As you crack it open, you notice on the side of the map, the latch that holds the case closed. It is monogrammed with the initials GR. And then as you pop it open, the case itself is empty.
Okay.
So I can't see any sort of branding on these horses. I'm going to mention it to Saber, though. If you do hook them up to your cart, you could sell them at market.
Oh, I agree. We should keep them. I had wondered if anyone wanted to ride them. Gets you out of the cart for a little while.
Yeah, I walk up to the horses, and kind of brush their manes with my hands a little bit, and lean in and whisper something just like indecipherable, and the ears perk up, and they look at me as I start having a conversation with them.
Oh,
Using my speak with animals.
of course.
So, yeah,
Okay, yeah.
I say, hey guys,
Hey,
hey, are you guys okay?
yeah, we're
I
fine.
look them over.
Yeah, we're fine.
Yeah. Okay. Just are you okay to come along with us so that you're not just out here in the woods? It's not really a safe place for two studs like you.
Yeah, if you're heading to town, we'd love to go with you.
Yeah. As I start, maybe I don't know if we're going to be hooking them up or if people want to ride them individually, but however we're saddling them, I wanted.
They're
to
already
ask them,
they're already saddled up. So
okay. What happened? What happened here? What happened to your riders?
goblins attacked. Got rid of riders. Whoa.
Who were your riders?
My rider, tall human fellow.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know names. I'm a horse.
Yeah, no, that makes sense for sure. Okay, are we close to town?
A couple days travel. About a day's travel.
Okay. Well, do you guys have names
My name's
for
Broom.
yourselves?
Broom.
Broom, and how about yours?
The other one, he looks over and, what's your name? And the other one responds, since you're talking, because yeah, you can understand all of them. My name is Fast Tracks.
Okay, Broom and Fast Tracks. Sweet. All right. Well, yeah, I'll get on Broom. So I feel like established a rapport with him for the next 9 minutes or so.
Oh, you're a lot lighter than the last fellow.
Yeah, thanks. And I turn to the rest of the crew. If anyone else wants to jump up, this is Fast Tracks here.
So why not? And Carl strides forward.
Nice.
Brace yourself, Fast Tracks.
I mean,
This guy likes to crunch.
speak with animals. Like, we can't hear any of this,
No,
right?
no.
So all we've seen is you just like talk, like mumbling to the horse and saying, "Who else wants a ride?"
Yeah.
So Carl strides forward with his now billowing trident, and he goes to mount the other horse.
As you hear like a whine, like, and you hear the Fast Tracks go, this guy's much bigger than the last one.
Eric, if I were to take a look at their tack, knowing my family's fairly wealthy, could I get a sense of like the wealth of the person who rode this horse?
So as you're looking through, you'll notice that Broom does have some emblazoned tack. Let me just from one of the major guilds of Neverwinter. So whoever this was, they were fairly well connected. I want to say it was with the Harpers, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just check it. I didn't think you'd ask that question, so I didn't have it ready.
Wait, do we want to try to find the bodies? Like, they can't be that far.
In my mind, we don't know
Lord's
if
Alliance.
there's more.
So
Sorry?
So the Broom has a Lord's Alliance crest on the tack. Lord's
you.
Alliance is one of the high guilds of Neverwinter, and you know that pretty easily.
I mean, with this guild symbol pointed out to the rest of the group, I'm sure we could ask about it when we reach town, but
Yeah.
I don't want to stay out here and wait to be attacked again. I think we should get moving.
Right. As you go to the other tack, you don't see the same crest. You actually see a monogram on the saddle, which has the same monogram as the map case, which is a G and an R.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think these horses should be enough if we want to try to get. Yeah, we don't need some bodies.
Sorry, what did you say? I didn't quite hear that.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, we can move on. We don't need to look for bodies. I think it's a good call to get out of here in case there's more goblins on the way.
Okay. Where are you guys going?
Where are we going from here?
Oh, sorry.
Are we going to Neverwinter?
Yeah.
You're coming
We're
from
traveling-
Neverwinter.
Yeah, we're coming
Sorry,
from.
You're headed to Phandalin. You're heading to
Phandalin.
Phandalin, and Sabra, you know that you're heading to Baronth's outriggers or outfitters to deliver the contents of your caravan per the requests of your. I don't know. Do I want to spoil it yet on who it is? But I can.
On who's commissioned this journey?
Yes.
I think I would just tell them that it's family business.
Yeah. So your uncle, as per your uncle's orders, Uncle Gundren.
So I would continue to make my way with these horses in tow.
Okay.
Did we catch Sabra?
Sabra.
Yeah,
Okay.
they all misfound. Did we catch your last name? Like, is your family's pretty powerful?
I think so. I mean, like, I'm paying you guys, so I'm sure you would have asked. So it's Sabra Iron Tamer.
Iron Tamer. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So my family is well known for making swords. My father's fairly famous. But yeah, just generally, this is family business, and I am a representative of my family that's well known.
Yeah.
Okay.
So nothing seems odd about this request. Like, we're going on a mission to town.
Yeah. And then Gundren's your uncle on your mom's side.
Okay.
So he has a different last name.
Yes.
What's his last name?
I was like, wouldn't I know that, Eric?
I thought I messaged you, but it's Gundren Rockseeker.
Oh,
Gia?
sorry. It's been a few days.
Okay, no worries.
Chaos.
Would
So this likely belonged to my uncle. Great.
You get that sense.
Eric, I forget,
I'd also
that's,
probably know his horse.
You wouldn't have seen his horse.
Okay.
Sorry, Piru.
Yeah, is Gundren Rockseeker from the Adventure Zone?
Not originally. There's a lot more lore behind him than just that.
But he was in like the first.
Yeah.
That's where I recognize him from. Oh.
Okay. All right. So, how are you going to continue along the road east? Is that what I'm gathering?
Sorry, with knowing that it's like my uncle's likely horse and map, I probably would do a search for the bodies. Sorry. Like, if we're good to wreck on that.
Sure. Give me an investigation check as you're looking for possible bodies in the brush around the site. You've got some time. There doesn't, like, the sun is starting to come up on a new day. Knowing goblins, they like to attack when it's dark. So you figure you're probably safe for a little bit during the day. They tend to operate more. Wow. Sabra has a
Bill Sabra.
Sabra. We'll get it.
I very intentionally gave everyone in my family a weapons-related name.
Yeah.
So
No, that's great. I saw that and I was just like, anyways.
no worries.
Is anybody else?
17,
Is
yeah.
anybody else looking, or is it just Sabra?
I'll definitely be looking.
I'd probably ask you all to look like.
18.
Oh, okay. If anybody else wants to make a roll.
So what do we roll?
Someone.
Investigation.
Someone. I'm staying with the horses. I'm just chatting there, like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, getting their whole life story.
That's a 12.
They start asking you questions too. Like you didn't expect horses to be so talkative. Like they're
Yeah,
good listeners.
I start getting a little bit confused though because I hear these voices of vermin just above my head, so the conversation's a little stale.
Yeah.
Oh, Carl, nice.
All right. I'd say Chris and Sabra, you guys notice that there seems to be a small, like what look like drag marks leading to a path to the north. A small little outcropping that seems to be ripped in to the countryside. And you can see some material and some clothing that's ripped along the path with some dried blood.
Is any of the clothing familiar?
You notice that it's blue, like the Lord Alliance's normal colors.
Oh,
You guys want to pull on this thread some more? Like, I feel like we kind of have to at this point now.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm done. Do you want me to stay with the wagon? Like with the cart,
Is the path wide enough for our wagon to come with us?
It is, but it is challenging, so it'll be slower going.
I mean, the entire reason I'm out here is to get this cart to where it needs to go. So I don't think I'd abandon the cart.
Okay. Well, if I know it would be slow, but if we can add 2 horsepower to the oxen cart to
I'd say
make it a
rather
little
than
less.
add the horsepower, you're taking loads off by having you guys ride on the horses.
Okay.
That'll equal
Distributing the weight.
it'll equal out to what you're trying to accomplish. So yeah, as you guys start to head up the path, working your way down this little road where you see what looks like a struggle that eventually stops and just becomes straight drag marks. That's where